Hey, my name is Luor, I'm an automation engineer and I also like Minecraft, so I decided, why don't I make a video so I can show you how much smarter than you are, show you how the create mod works. So yeah, this is a tutorial. I spent some time building that room over there so I can show you how everything works, so let's go there. So without further ado, welcome to the create mod. Create is really cool and all, but if you really want to be a professional like me, first we gotta talk about torque. Torque is nothing more than rotational force applied to an axis. Do you know how much easier it is to open a door using those doorknobs that have a handle that is basically a lever instead of those pieces of shit? That happens because due to the lever shape, the handle applies much more force or torque into the door handle, making it much easier to open the door. So congratulations, now you know what's torque. The entirety of the create mods revolves around kinetic energy, which is a way to store the torque that we talked about. Guess how? Spinning. So to get started in create, we have two main cogwheels, the thing that spin. You have the big one and you have the small one. How they work, you put them down and then you just connect them. But you don't just connect them anywhere. You have a specific way to put it, okay? But just to summarize it. Big cogwheels cannot be connected by the sides, they can only be connected in the diagonals, although they can never connect to another big cogwheel, unless you put them in this position over here. As for the small ones, they can only connect sideways and never diagonally, unless you put one in the middle, so yeah, you can play around with it. Create has this neat feature where if you look at some parts or whatever, like the cogwheel, it shows you these little arrows that show you where you can place the next one. This is actually very helpful and will help you putting some stuff in the game, so yeah, I just wanted to mention that. And one detail that I want you to put in your cute little brain, that'll be very important by the way. Cogwheels, the big one and the small one, they are exactly double the size or half the size of each other. So this means that the small cogwheel has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 teeth. And if you look at the big one, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 16. It has 16, it's exactly double. Keep that in mind, okay? Why is that important? So for every single complete spin, complete rotation that the big one does, the small one has to perform 2 spins and vice versa. And for our final note in Cogs, Cogs will always spin in opposite direction. So if the cog on the left is touching the cog on the right, one is going to be clockwise and the other one's going to be counterclockwise. This is how cogs work, okay? So if they're spinning on the same direction, that's literally impossible. So you're just going to fuck up the system. Nice. If you've been paying attention so far, you're going to realize that our cogs have a little issue. Well, they're not spinning. Well, one way that we can solve the problem is just cranking the machines manually, but there's just one little issue. That's fucking stupid. So we're gonna do the big brain move and go for the power sources. Hopefully Create gives us 2 options here. We can either use water wheels or windmills. I'm gonna start talking about the water wheels because I hate them. So talking about the water wheel, we have 2 options for the scrap. We either have the big one and we have the small one. Well, the big one's just slower and stronger, and the small one, I don't know, they're both shit. If you have more than 2 brain cells still working, you can figure out how they work. You just place them down, and you have to add a little something in order to make the water wheel work. Can you figure out what it is? That's right, your mom! I hope you could understand how that shit works. Now that we're done talking about the piece of crap, let's talk about the most Sigma contraption this mod could ever offer. Windmills. Okay. Aside from just looking cool as hell, the windmills output much more raw power than the water wheels. There are a few materials that you need in order to build them. For example, you need the bearing. This is like the main piece of the windmill. You need the windmill sail that is going to make it spin. And optionally, you can use sheep wool. Sheep wool works as well, but you need glue. Okay, now that you're done, all you gotta do is put this block over here. Then we just put 8 windmill sails and press with the right hand up. Just right click with your empty hand and it spins. Hey, congratulations, you have a windmill. Or a turbine. Just a little problem to address. Our machine's still not working. As for now, we gotta take the power from the windmill and put inside of the machine. How can we achieve that? Well, we could put a big cogwheel in here just to transfer the power to this side, and then we can use small cogwheels just to connect this place into this place. But only if you're stupid and unexperienced at the game. Okay, stay with me. This is a shaft, also known as an axis. Hey, this is the part that I come to you to say that this project was taking a little too much time than I was expecting. So I decided that I'm going to divide this into a few episodes. So this one was about the cogs, and by the end of the project, I will release everything in just a single full video. And the reason being, I'm stupid. I don't know how to record videos. I'm just way too bad at doing this. So I'm going to split them down in order to learn how to make good tutorials. And hopefully the other ones are going to be better. And I'm going to put everything in just one video. So yeah, thanks for understanding and I love you. Mwah.